Hello, my name is Samir Jahaj and I'm the lead sales engineer at Clary here in EMEA. Today we'll talk about the road to IPO, total visibility and exceptional execution with Clary. As you're scaling your company, there's a few unique needs and objectives. You need improved sales execution as you're ramping new reps and they are building out their territories. You'll need deal inspection, pipeline management, as you kind of have to understand the deals into the detail, how they're trending and if they will come in or not. And finally, you need to roll this up into a predictable forecast that provides you confidence as to where you will land so you can plan future quarters as you're preparing for IPO. Let's look at these in more detail, what Clary can provide. In our Pulse module, we will look at your entire CRM data and surface the historical trends of what your teams are saying and committing on a week-by-week basis, as you see here on the yellow line, and also apply our artificial intelligence to learn from your past behaviors in the CRM and what deals usually come in or not, and provide you the AI, which is another set of eyes on your pipeline, giving you perfect insight as to where it thinks it will land. With this now, you can work. You can work in improving the sales rigor. This looks like you have a very confident sales team and an AI that's questioning that. It might just be the opposite, where the sales team is undercommitting and the AI thinks you'll land higher up. So here is pretty incredible when you think about what Clary can provide, just learning from the past data and projecting into the future. And this is the key metric flowing into your financial plan for the future quarters. If I go one level deeper, I want to understand the conversion rates and how my different territories are performing. This is where trend comes in, where we compare quarter by quarter how you're trending, what deals are converting where. We're looking at North America specifically, and I could look at each of the territories. Maybe you have an emerging market you're still trying to build out. We know from our experience that typically 10 to 20% of revenue of IPO companies comes from international markets. So with trend, you can compare and contrast how they are tracking against other regions and how you're comparing your current quarter to previous quarters. So we're tracking here at 11% better than last quarter on our closed deals, and compared on a year-to-year basis, we're 35% better. And I can do this for every single category in my forecast, which drives great insight for me in terms of how I want to improve and what actions I would drive in the business. Now, what I also really care about is learning from past mistakes and actioning them in the current quarter. If I'm looking at flow, I have the perfect insight into how my quarter is going right now, because I'm looking at opportunities that are planned to close this quarter and how they've moved to the pipeline in the last 14 days. And you see here, I'm looking at commit deals, and I'm curious about one thing, the one capital crime that will derail my quarter and throw my plan out the window. It's commit deals that slip. Now, Clary is not just an analytics tool of sorts that is static. It's working off live data, and you can use it to inspect deals everywhere. Total visibility. Let's look at those slip deals. In Opportunity Grid, I can look at these deals in much more detail. I see that I have a CRM score applying AI to the past history of my data and telling me how likely this deal is to close. I have all the colors telling me what's changed more recently on those, and I have on the right hand side activity telling me what the activity was between the rep and the prospect here. And I can very quickly contrast good deals versus not so good deals. Here you see we captured email activity automatically, and we can tell that this deal has been quiet. There's no next meeting schedule. Whereas if I look at this deal, this was quite healthy with a lot of activity, but it's gone dead at the end. Both deals, with good reason, have slipped, and that's something I want to investigate because I need to understand what I can do next time to not have it slip. Finally, everything you've seen now, we can also pull into dashboards. Dashboards in Clary is a great way to surface one single page for your CRO to understand how you're tracking in the current quarter, what your open pipeline is, and where risks are. Imagine you were looking at the current quarter top 10 commit deals right here. And we look at them from a CRM score perspective maybe. We see IT storage, a deal tracking very low, it's been stuck in POC stage, no activities, and no next meeting, it's at 800K. How can you mitigate that risk as you're planning already next quarter as a startup? Let's look at deal prioritization. Deal prioritization helps us mitigate that risk. We have deals in commit, like the one I just looked at, with very bad activity and very low CRM scores at 800K. I would push this out, but I need to cover it. How do I cover it? You see that I have a best case deal right up here, 630 grand, and its activity score is extremely healthy, and the CRM score too. I can inspect the details of this deal, and I will see that Michael Anderson actually identified the key decision makers, the decision criteria, and the economic buyer. So I will now work with Michael Anderson to bring this back on track. And this is how Clary provides total visibility and clarity around your entire revenue organization. And this is how Clary provides you total visibility and exceptional execution